Welcome back to the grand library of human stories, the observatory of stardom, and the only channel that dares to look past the glitter to find the gold. You are watching Mr. Magazine. I am your host, your guide through the beautiful, chaotic, and endlessly fascinating world of Turkish celebrity culture. Tonight, we are not talking about a scandal. We are not talking about a fleeting rumor. We are talking about courage. We are talking about the kind of bravery it takes to stand in front of a room full of cameras, look your past in the eye, and say, let's create something beautiful. The subject of our deep dive today is the enchanting İlsu Demirci, a woman who has always guarded her heart like a fortress. But recently, under the shimmering lights of a special party that marked the beginning of a new era, she lowered the drawbridge. She made a statement that didn't just make headlines, it stopped time. A project kept in the shadows for years is finally coming to light. And the partner standing beside her in this artistic fire? None other than her former flame, Emin Günenç. Before we unravel this tapestry of art and emotion, I have a small favor to ask. If you believe in second chances, in art, if not in love, please press that subscribe button. For those who want to be the executive producers of our journey, the join button is waiting for you below. Your support allows us to tell these stories with the dignity they deserve. And please, like this video, it helps our voice reach every corner of the world. Now, let us transport ourselves to that night. The music was loud, the champagne was cold, but the words spoken by İlsu Demirci were burning hot. This is the story of a dream deferred and a duo reunited. This is Mr. Magazine. Let's begin. Imagine the scene, that special party was in full swing. It was one of those nights where the air itself felt heavy with anticipation, where the clinking of crystal glasses competed with the murmur of industry gossip. In the center of this whirlwind stood İlsu Demirci. She has always been a figure of intrigue, talented, beautiful, yet possessing a certain enigmatic reserve about her private life. But as she took the microphone in the early hours of the celebration, that reserve vanished. She didn't speak with the rehearsed cadence of a press release. She spoke with the trembling authenticity of a confession. I've been waiting for this for years, she began. 7 simple words. Yet, they carried the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. The announcement that followed sent a shockwave through the room that is still reverberating across social media today. She revealed that she is embarking on a new film project, a movie not handed to her by a producer, but one she wrote herself. And the co-author? The co-star? The partner in this ambitious dream? Emin Günenç. For those who have followed the chronicles of their relationship, the mention of Emin's name was a lightning bolt. They were a couple who once shared a world, and then, like ships in the night, drifted apart. To see them realign, not for a coffee catch-up but for a massive cinematic undertaking, is nothing short of revolutionary. İlsu made it clear, this is not a publicity stunt. This is not a reunion in the romantic sense. It is a resurrection of a dream they built together when they were us. She emphasized that while their personal paths may have diverged, their artistic souls have found their way back to the same map. To truly understand the magnitude of this news, we must become emotional archaeologists. We must dig into the past. Sources close to the actress, those silent guardians of her secrets, have revealed that the seeds of this film were not planted recently. They were sown years ago, during the golden summer of İlsu and Emin's relationship. Picture 2 young lovers, their heads full of dreams and their notebooks full of scribbled lines. They weren't just living a romance, they were writing one. Unfinished sentences, scenes sketched out on napkins, dialogues practiced in the quiet of a living room, these fragments of their shared history were never discarded. They were merely dormant. İlsu's poignant phrase, "Some dreams need time," is the key that unlocks this narrative. It suggests that perhaps they were too close to the flame back then to tell the story properly. Perhaps they needed the distance of separation, the sting of heartbreak, and the wisdom of healing to truly understand the characters they created. The script, according to leaked whispers, is heavy. It is not a light rom-com. It deals with love, yes, but also with the jagged edges of regret, the long road to recovery, and the silence of misunderstandings. It is said that every line of dialogue carries the DNA of their real-life history. When the characters on screen argue, will we be hearing the echoes of İlsu and Emin's own past fights? When they forgive, will we be witnessing their own real-time healing? This blurring of fiction and reality is what makes the project so intoxicatingly dangerous and beautiful. One of the most striking elements of İlsu's speech was her admission of superstition. "I believe in the evil eye," she confessed, explaining why she kept this masterpiece hidden in a locked drawer for so long. In a world where celebrities live-stream their breakfast, keeping a major passion project secret for years requires an iron will. It tells us that this movie is precious to her. It is fragile. She protected it like a mother protects a child, waiting for the precise moment when it was strong enough to face the world. And what of the dynamic between them now? The inevitable question on everyone's lips, are they back together? İlsu addressed this with a clarity that commands respect. She shut down the gossip before it could even start. She defined their current bond as professional and friendly, anchored by a shared history but not bound by romantic obligation. This is a level of maturity that is rare in any industry, let alone the emotionally volatile world of acting. She stated that their past experiences, the good and the bad, have not weakened them, they have matured them. They are now two adults who can look at a shared dream and say, "We promised we would do this. So, let's do it." It transforms their narrative from a failed relationship into a successful creative partnership. It challenges the notion that an ex must be an enemy. Sometimes, an ex is simply the only other person who knows the lyrics to the song of your life. This brings me to a fascinating question for you, the Mr. Magazine community. I want you to pause and think about this. Could you work with your ex? Could you write a script about love and heartbreak with the person who broke your heart? Or do you think some doors should remain forever closed? I am incredibly curious to read your thoughts. Are İlsu and Emin brave, or are they playing with fire? Leave a comment below. And while you are there, don't forget to hit join to support our independent storytelling. As we look toward the cinematic horizon of 2026, this project is already shaping up to be the centerpiece of the year. The entertainment industry is buzzing. Why? Because audiences are tired of manufactured chemistry. They crave authenticity. And you cannot manufacture the chemistry of two people who have loved, lost, and found each other again in art. The tension on screen will be real. The glances will be loaded with years of subtext. Rumors suggest that pre-production is moving at lightning speed. Filming is slated to begin in the first months of the year. İlsu is not just the star, she is the screenwriter. She is the architect of this universe. This marks a significant turning point in her career. She is stepping out of the role of the muse and becoming the creator. She reportedly told friends, "This film is the story of my growth and transformation." And Emin? Sources say his belief in this project matches hers. For him, this is not just a gig. It is an opportunity for closure. It is a chance to honor the past while stepping firmly into the future. It is reported that there may be tears on set. How could there not be, but their commitment to professionalism is absolute. Naturally, the announcement has cleaved the fanbase in two. On one side, we have the romantics. They see this collaboration as the ultimate triumph of connection. They are already analyzing the script themes, recovery, pursuit of dreams, and finding hope. They argue that if two people can create art together, they have achieved a level of intimacy that goes beyond romance. On the other side, we have the cautious protectors. They worry. They recall the pain of the breakup. They ask, is it wise to reopen old wounds under the harsh lights of a film set? They fear that the emotional toll of reenacting their own history might be too high. But amidst the noise, the general consensus is one of admiration. In an industry of safe choices and sequels, İlsu and Emin are taking a bold, artistic risk. They are confronting their past and transmuting it into something that can heal others. A film that moves viewers to tears? A story that gives hope? It sounds like exactly what the world needs right now. As we conclude this special report, we are left with a powerful image. İlsu Demirci standing at that party, declaring that she is ready. Ready to tell her story. Ready to work with Emin. Ready to turn the what ifs of the past into the here and now of the cinema. This project is more than a movie. It is a testament to the fact that endings are not always final. Sometimes, an ending is just a long intermission before the curtain rises on a completely different, perhaps more beautiful, second act. Whether you are a fan of their romance or simply a fan of great storytelling, one thing is certain, we will all be buying a ticket to see this film. Because we aren't just watching characters, we are watching İlsu and Emin, bold and vulnerable, playing the most difficult roles of their lives, themselves. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story behind the biggest headline of the season. A story of a special party, a secret script, and a brave reunion. Thank you for spending your time with Mr. Magazine. We will be following every development of this production, from the first day of filming to the red carpet premiere. If you enjoyed this exclusive insight, please remember to like this video, it is the best way to say thank you. Subscribe to ensure you don't miss the next update, and consider clicking the "To Join" button to become a part of our inner circle. I am Mr. Magazine. Until the cameras roll and the director yells action, take care of your dreams, and never be afraid to revisit them. Goodbye for now.